Hello, greetings from the Divine Word Missionaries Web TV News. Good to be with you. I am Eunice Sabina Dola. This June edition brings you news from Ukraine, Poland, Ghana, Philippines, and Nemi. Please stay with us. The SVD communication team, conducted by Fathers Christophe and Vanclav, visited Ukraine last month. They spent a week in the country covering the work of the Servants of the Holy Spirit, SSPS, and the Divine Word Missionaries, SVD, in Ukraine. Although a bit far from where the battles are taking place, the SSPS and SVD living in Ukraine are attending to thousands of people and families that have abandoned their regions and homes because of the war and those who suffered the loss of their dear ones. In a series of interviews, Fathers Christophe and Vanclav show the face of those Ukrainians who suffered the consequences of the war and the untiring work of missionaries who work day and night to attend to the grieving people of Ukraine living in the shadow of war. The documentary is being prepared by the SVD Communication Center Stahlmedien in Germany and the communication team in the SVD Polish province and will be available soon. Carpe Diem, seize the opportunity, is the motto of St. Paul's Technical School, popularly known as SPATS, in Kokrantumi, Ghana. This motto was the motivation behind the establishment of the school by the Divine Word Missionaries, Ghana province, in 1957. It was not easy at the beginning in this farming community of Kokrantumi to establish such an institute, especially getting the needed financial and human resources. The SVD generalates in Rome sent competent and qualified SVD priests and brothers from other provinces such as Germany, Austria, and America to support the running of the school, as well as helpful volunteers from Europe and America also came on board. Initially, the local teachers were few, but over time, some of the good students who graduated were selected and prepared to be part of the teaching staff. With quality teaching and supervision from the dedicated staff, the students also worked hard to justify their presence in the school. The result was that the school became a top-quality training school in a very short time. The graduates came out among the finest in the country in terms of skills and competency. In no time, the school became associated with quality skill training and education. Companies and industries in the cities came to look for the school that produced such skillful and fine graduates, notably Valco, VRA, ECG, Steelworks, and GASEM. We asked Brother Peter SVD, former principal of the institute, what is the secret of St. Paul's school success?
Commitment, dedication, sacrifice of the SVD conference. The pioneers set the ball rolling by setting a high standard for themselves. They showed commitment, dedication, and sacrifice to their work.
As a result of such quality training and formation, the early graduates became highly marketable. They easily found good jobs and moved up quickly into supervisory and managerial positions in their workplaces because the school prepared them for life. Today, the SVD Ghana province is faced with the challenge of feeding the school with qualified personnel, especially brothers whose vocation has fallen drastically over the years.
Brothers are getting out of the school. So the only two brothers who are in the school now, 3 years, there will be nobody in the school.
However, we cannot do with St. Paul's without SVD presence in the day-to-day running of the institution.
As a province, we are aware of the challenge that has just been set off. And as the founders and the trustees of St. Paul Technical Institute, we are inviting conference all over the world. We are inviting our lay partners, those who have skills and the necessary knowledge in architecture, in building and construction, in carpentry, engineering, those who have electrical knowledge, mechanical, auto, and even solar. We are inviting all of them to come to our aid, so we'll be able to perpetuate the dream that got started years ago. Thank you, and I'm sure you will come and join us so that we will give a better future to our young ones.
It is our hope that the flame lit by our conference in St. Paul's would be kept burning after this generation. Carpe diem, seize the opportunity. News 3, Communication Coordinators Meetings. Last May, the SVD Communications Coordinators of the Asia-Pacific Zone, in short, the ASPAC Zone, met in Tagaytay in the Philippines. In June, those of the European Zone met in Zakopane in Poland. Usually, the meeting takes place every 3 years to evaluate the action plan of the last 3 years, to project the future based on the present needs and challenges, and to follow a specific and practical training course on a communication theme. Most coordinators responded favorably to this meeting and expressed their delight in reuniting after the pandemic. On the 9th of June, the Society of the Divine Word celebrated its 50th Jubilee presence in the Diocese of Surigao, in the province of Surigao del Norte, southern Philippines. The celebration took place in San Vicente Ferrer Parish. The Eucharistic celebration was presided over by the Diocesan Bishop, Antonieto Dumagan Cabajog, Bishop Arturo Mandin Bastes, SVD, Bishop Emeritus of Sorsogon, Father Roger Bagao, Superior of SVD Southern Philippines Province, and dozens of priests concelebrated. Many parishioners attended the celebration. Here is the report prepared by Father Felma, the communications coordinator of the SVD Philippines South.
The SVD celebrated its 50th Jubilee of missionary presence in the Diocese of Surigao, Southern Philippines. The celebration was hosted by the only SVD parish remaining in the diocese, which is San Vicente Ferrer Parish, Barangay Sabang, Surigao City. The theme of the gathering was Paghanduraw, Pagsadya Balaang Pulong Ipadayon, roughly translated in English as remembering, celebrating, continuing the good news. The SVD fathers and brothers, including the Holy Spirit sisters, were assigned in the diocese for the past 50 years, also came to celebrate. Indonesian parish priest Father John Dua SVD expressed that he had mixed feelings as he initiated the preparations leading to this day. He also confessed his joy, however, upon seeing the different participants of the celebration as they started arriving.
Sugod na ko, yes, ka nagibatin na ko murag kalisod ani. Pero karon nga niabot na kamong tanan after nakaagi kami mga sacrifice ug uban pa, I feel so happy but nga niabot kining higayon. And usa ra nga ako pagtuo maya. Matut pa sa Ecclesiastes, God will make all things beautiful in His time.
The celebration started in June 9 with a grand motorcade, welcome and opening program at the Provincial Convention Center. The fellowship dinner and night of sentimental testimonies were graced by the Bishop Emeritus Arturo Bastes SVD, Diocese of Surigao Bishop Antonieto Cabajog, and Surigao Governor Robert Lyndon Barbers.
Today we embark on a journey through time, honoring the remarkable legacy that has shaped this community for the past half-century.
Surigao Diocese would not be as it is today without the SVD's zeal for mission, and the commitment that you have shown. Truly, these missionaries epitomize the zeal of their founder, St. Anne Johnson.
There was also a long list of lay faithful given recognition for the services they had given to the SVD parishes for the past 50 years. Bishop Antonieto Cabahog presided the Thanksgiving Mass the following day, concelebrated by the SVDs, diocesan clergy, and the MSC fathers. To top the event, a landmark in front of the parish was also blessed as a way of remembering the generous efforts of the Divine Word Missionaries who were assigned in the diocese. For the SVD Web TV News, this is Father Felmar Castrodes, Fiel SVD of the Philippines Southern Province.
The formation program for new superiors of SVD provinces, regions, and missions in the world is held in Nemi. There are 33 new superiors of SVD provinces, regions, and missions who were elected this year. The purpose of this training is to introduce new superiors to their responsibilities. And that's all for today's Divine Word Missionaries Web TV News. Thanks for watching. Once again, I am Eunice Sabai Nadola. Have a pleasant day and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.